Hey guys, it's Mr. Kissinger at the Citizenship Academy in Syracuse, New York, and this is 5th grade math module 4, lesson 10. Today we're going to learn how to divide fractions by whole numbers using models. In our quick review section today, it tells us we need to shade 5/6 of this first rectangle and shade 2/5 of the second rectangle. So the first one here, we need to divide our rectangle into sixths. We need 6 pieces all together, which means I'm going to make 5 lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 6 pieces there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I need to shade 5/6 of them. So I'm just going to shade these in just like this. And that model will show 5/6 because I have 6 pieces all together and 5 of them are shaded in. Our next rectangle tells us to shade 2/5. So we need to make 5 pieces, which is going to require us to draw 4 lines. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to shade 2 of those pieces because we need 2/5. So we have our fifths, and we're going to shade 2 of them. And that rectangle shows 2/5 because we have 5 pieces and 2 of them are shaded. Again, when drawing fractions, they must have equal parts. All the parts need to be the same size. That's important whenever we're dealing with fractions. Those pieces need to be the same size. So getting into our lesson for the day, where we're going to be dividing fractions by whole numbers, this question here asks us to model the following problem: 1/2 divided by 4. And what I'm going to do is first vertically, it says our first fraction is going to be vertical. We want to show that like this. So we're going to split this rectangle here in half. So we have 2 halves, and then I'm going to shade one of them to make 1/2. Just like we did above, I need to make my 2 pieces, and then I'm going to shade one of them to make a half. Now I'm going to grab another color. I'm going to use my pencil for one color, and then I'm going to use a blue pen for my other color so we can see a little bit better. And then when we divide by 4, what I'm going to do is horizontally with my whole number, I'm going to divide that rectangle into 4 equal parts. So I'll divide it in half first, and I'll cut my halves in half to make fourths. So now I have my rectangle cut into fourths horizontally here with horizontal lines, and then I have one vertical line that cuts my rectangle in half from left to right. Now I need to shade one of my fourths because if I'm dividing by 4, I need to find out what my fourths are here. And my fourth will look like that. So I want to divide that into 4 sections, and one of those 4 sections is highlighted in blue now. And just like we did with our models for multiplication, where my 2 colors intersect, that is where my answer is going to lie. So I have 1/2 divided by 4. Well, I have one little piece here where both of them are shaded, and I have 8 total pieces. So I have 1/8. So 1/2 divided by 4 is 1/8. All right. And as we're going to see, that 1/2 divided by 4 is really the same as 1/2 times 1/4. If we divide by 4, we really have we really are multiplying by 1/4. It'll look exactly the same. We'll explain why that is in a little bit. For now, let's move on to 2/5 divided by 3. So we can put it together. So it's 2/5 divided by 3. So I'm going to make my rectangle into fifths with vertical lines. So I need 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 equal parts there. And then I need to divide by 3. So, well, actually, let me shade my 2/5 first. So that we're not doing 1/5 here. 2/5. So I'll shade 1/5, and I'm going to shade 2/5. And now we have 2/5 shaded. Next, I need to divide by 3 with horizontal lines. So I need to make 2 lines here to split this up evenly. One's going to go right here. The other one's going to go right here. And as you see, we have 1, 2, 3 equal parts. And it asks us to shade, well, we're dividing by 3, so we need to shade 1/3. So I'll shade this bottom third down here. No, it doesn't matter which third we shade, but we'll stay consistent with our top model here. And the pieces that are shaded both in pencil and in blue pen, which are these 2 pieces right here, we have 1, 2, 2 there, out of 1, 2, 3, times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 pieces all together. So 2/5 divided by 3 is 2, the 2 shaded pieces, divided by, or over 15, 2/15. And that's how we'll find our answer. Let's do one more the same way. We have 3/7 divided by 2. So I'm going to make 7ths, and I'm going to do that with the vertical lines. I need 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and those pieces aren't as even as they could have been, but we're going to pretend those are all equal parts. And I need to shade 3 of them. So I'll shade 1, 2, 3. So those 3 pieces are shaded. And then I need to divide by 2. I'm just going to do 1 line right across the middle horizontally. And I'm going to shade one of those halves. Dividing by 2. When I divide by 2, I'll get a half of what I originally had. So if I look here, I have 1, 2, 3 pieces out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2 is 14. So I have 3 3/14. See right here, I have 1, 2, 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces all together. So I have 3/14. And again, if we have 3/7 divided by 2, that's really the same as 3/7 times 1/2. When we divide by 2, we're finding half of something. When we divide by 3, we're finding a third of something. That should make sense because if I have 6 divided by 2, I'll end up with 3, which is half of 6. So remember, like we learned a few lessons back here now, divisions or fractions are division. It's the same thing. So when we're talking about dividing by 2, it's the same thing as splitting it in half. All right, let's do 1 or 2 more of these. I think we'll do one more here, one regular one, and then we'll switch and we'll do one word problem. So number 3, it says 4/5 divided by 4. So I have to make fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those parts look a little bit better this time. So I need 4 out of the 5 of those shaded. So it's 4 shaded out of 5, 4 fifths. And then I need to divide by 4. So I'll cut that in half. And then I'll cut my halves in half to make fourth. All right. And then I need to shade in blue one of those fourths. Because if we're trying to divide by 4, if we're dividing by 4, we're trying to find 1/4 of that. All right, and then what do we have that where they meet? We have this one, we have this one, and this one. We have 4 of those where they meet. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 20. So we have 4 20ths. Now I see that I can divide both of these by 4, and I'm going to get 1/5 as an equivalent fraction that's simplified. 4 is 1/5 of 20. So I know I have an equivalent fraction here. 4 20ths is the same as saying 1/5. If you wanted to keep it as 4 20ths for now, that's fine. If you see that it's 1/5, that's great. But our answer will be either 4 20ths or 1/5. That's where those 2 sections meet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 20. Next, it says there was 1/4 of a pan of banana bread left over. It was split evenly between 3 people. How much bread will each receive? So I have 1/4 of a pan of banana bread. So I need to split this into fourths vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So this is my pan of banana bread, and here's my 1/4, this one piece that's left over. And we need to split it evenly between 3 people. So again, we're dividing by 3. And really what we're doing is we're taking this one piece that was left over. I mean, we're not cutting the rest of the pan. We're just cutting this into thirds. But just so we see how many pieces that would make the entire pan, we have to go all the way across. If we had what fraction of the whole pan would this be is what we're trying to find, not what fraction of what's left over. We know it would be 1/3 of that leftover banana bread, but we want to figure out how much of a pan each person's going to get. So we have 1/4 divided by 3. So we know we need to make one of these thirds blue. And where it meets in the middle is right here, this section. And I have 1 out of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 1 out of 12. So each person will get 1/12. All right, and we're going to stop right there for now. But I think that would be a good place to leave off. Hopefully you guys have a nice strategy here to be able to divide fractions by whole numbers. We'll continue with dividing fractions in our next lesson in lesson 11. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and look forward to seeing you next time.